Hi everyone, welcome back once again. In today's video, I am going to show you how I make a quick breakfast, and this can also serve as a lunch if you want to use it or have it as lunch, right? So I'm going to use the wraps here. Those wraps, I bought them from Dunn Stores. Some eggs, I'm using 3 eggs and a teaspoon of butter, scotch bonnet, a tomato, scallions, and cheese. And for the spices, I am just going to use the North African harissa, which simply means mixed spices from North Africa, and parsley. The person I'm making this for does not like salt, so this is not going to be salted. The only salt that we're going to have here will come from the cheese itself, and also the North African harissa has a bit of salt in it, so that should work well, and butter as well. So when you're making this for breakfast or for lunch, just ensure before you put your stove on that all the ingredients that you're going to use are ready. Okay, as you can see, I'm just chopping the scallions, putting it aside, chopping the tomatoes, putting it aside, and I'm gonna go ahead and chop on my scotch bonnet because they love the spicy, the spicy taste. So quickly just crush it together like that. And when I finish here, I'm just gonna basically just crack the eggs, and then I'll crack the eggs into the bowl where I put the scotch bonnet and mix together. All right, and I will also place the parsley inside here. The only thing though I forgot to show you guys was the North African harissa when I was doing it. I don't really know what happened there. I might have cut the footage out, but it was just a pinch from the North African harissa. So now you can see that I'm turning on the stove and beating on the eggs. What I will do now, I'll go ahead with the butter. I'll put the butter in there. And also I'll use a bit of oil together with that butter because I have a lot of eggs here, 3 eggs in total. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead with the butter. Here I went. I just think the butter can be minimal. You can use a little bit. A pinch goes a long way as well, but here I felt like my eggs were a little bit more. I'm also going to use sunflower oil, just a little bit. And then I will go ahead and turn on the stove to make sure that the butter starts to melt while I add the sunflower oil. I also want to mention here that I mixed everything like the scotch bonnet, parsley, the North African harissa inside the eggs. The only thing left outside is the scallion. Okay, so now I went in, I put my tomatoes in there. I will then put my eggs right there. And guys, this is very yummy. And that's my scallions just scattered all over there. And then I'll quickly place my wrap on top. You would want to ensure like you do that on time so that the eggs can, sort of like before they are cooked, attach to the wrap. And then now I'm just twisting it around, making sure that the wrap is covered with eggs, and then at the same time it's cooking but not burning. That is very important because we all know like it takes just a few seconds for the eggs to get burned. So as I'm twisting it around there, it's just to make sure that the heat is applied on all sides. And after doing this, I'm going to turn over. That's me using the plate. Turn over and then place it on the wrap speck. And then I'll place my cheese. There I go with the cheese. And from there on, I will fold it. And let me tell you, this thing is yummy. It is yummy, and you don't have to use this type of cheese. This is what was requested here. You can use shredded cheese. You can use any kind of cheese that you prefer. But today I chose this because the person that I'm making this for wanted this sort of cheese. There we are. It's going to be folded, and I'll place it back into the pan for a few seconds just to make sure, like, you know, the cheese melts a little bit. And yeah, then our breakfast or brunch is ready to go. There I'm going. And look, you can put some extra, you know, ingredients in here. It doesn't have to be exactly how I make it. You can still put whatever that you want to put according to your taste. So it's done now. I will just let it cool for a minute or so, and then I'll go ahead and cut it into whatever kind of slices that I want. And yeah, so it's ready now. Have a look. The cheese has melted nicely. The wrapped, oh my god, it's lovely. And you can see that it's not bent or whatsoever. So bear that in mind. Your heat is very important. The amount of oil is important that you're going to put in there, so that it won't be too oily as well. Look at that. Oh, yum, yum. So in case you want to try the exact same thing that I did here, I'll try and put all the ingredients in the description box, and you can give it a try and see how it comes out. And if you like more spices as well, you can just, you know, add whatever kind of spice that you want. So that's it. And yeah, it's done now. So thank you so much for tuning in today. If you like, please subscribe, like the video, share the video. I'll appreciate